name is Albert Bale. I'm the director for the Miami-Dade College Film Scoring Orchestra. We have Maestro Gustavo Sanchez from Madrid, Spain. Thank you, Mr. Sanchez, for joining us. It's a pleasure and an honor to have you direct our group this week in this concert.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, it's fantastic to have you here. We're going to be performing a very special show, a Hispanic heritage show. Show that's going to feature two main composers, which will be Ernesto Lucona, who is a Cuban yet Spanish composer, and also Isaac Albeniz. We decided that this would be a perfect show for Miami, which is very Hispanic, and this would be a fantastic show to feature these two artists. Isaac Albeniz, what are his roots in Spain?
Isaac Albeniz is a Catalanian composer, born in Catalonia, but with parents coming from different sides of Spain. The father was from Navarra, North Spain, and the mother related to some Andalusian family. And then he was playing piano because he was a prodigious child, playing piano at 5 in recitals and concerts. And in this 19th century, end of the 19th century, when Albeniz was there in Madrid, it was very common for rich people. They used to go there to the mountain because it's a very fresh,
it's beautiful area.
High, 1,000 meters. And yes, beautiful area.
Very beautiful. And Ernesto Lucona, the writer of the very famous piece Malaguena, a Cuban-born composer of Spanish parents.
Yes, Spanish father.
Spanish father.
Coming from Canarias, right? And he was studying in France, then in USA, in New York. He was living most of his life in Havana.
So those are the two composers that we're going to be featuring in this concert. Suite Española. We're going to be performing 3 pieces from the Suite Española by Isaac Albeniz. Asturias, Granada, and Sevilla. These are all geographic locations in Spain. So the first thing that an audience member wonders is, does the music relate specifically to these particular areas?
Yes. Yeah, he was composing those pieces for just piano amateur people, because they're not so difficult to play, and just to show this Spanish
So these
style.
pieces were originally written for piano, not for orchestra?
Yeah, were written, right. Written originally for piano and then arranged by other composers, not by himself. So we have 2 different arrangers for these 3 pieces. But important is to know about the titles, because they are related to some country, some part of Spain.
So the first one is Asturias.
Yes, Asturias.
Tell us about Asturias.
Because Asturias is a name not given by the composer. There was no name in the piece, and the editor, some English editor, after Albeniz's death, put this title there. But it's very funny because it doesn't sound like Asturias dance or Asturias music. So because Asturias is North Spain, it's most supposed to be like how you say, bagpipe music.
Bagpipe music, because
like
it's the
Celtic
northern part of Spain,
influence.
correct?
Yes.
And Asturias is is it right next to Galicia?
Yes, right next.
Right next. So then there's that strong Celtic influence in Asturias. So the music in Asturias, really, how would you describe?
We cannot hear we cannot hear the bagpipes.
No, absolutely
or
not.
these melodies from Asturias in this piece by Albeniz, and it's just some decision by the editor.
By the editor. Now, this editor, what year did he make this edition? Do you remember? It was early in the 1900s where he made a...
Yeah, it was in the early 20th century.
Right.
Just after 4 years after Albeni's death. And I think he decided this because to have some other parts of Spain included in the suite, because there is Catalonia, there is Cádiz, Sevilla, Granada, Córdoba, all those
Cuba too.
parts. Cuba, right. That's
Cuba's
right.
in there because...
And maybe he decided, we don't know the reason exactly, but maybe he decided, okay, we take some part of North Spain too.
Right.
But the music, it's really Andalusian, more Andalusian.
More Andalusian.
Like fandango.
Like fandango, right.
Cante hondo, it's a deep flamenco.
It's a deep flamenco.
Yes.
It's still a very fun piece. As a matter of fact, my students enjoy playing that piece more than they always ask me, can we play Asturias? Can we play Asturias?
Yeah,
it's really fun
fantastic.
for string players.
Yes.
And everyone is really having to play off each other and really listen to each other in order to capture that.
That's right. Granada and Sevilla are related to those cities, and the titles were given by Albeniz himself. And Granada is a serenade, subtitled serenade, because it's some music for the night.
For the night.
You can imagine.
Yes.
Alhambra de Granada, this is the Moorish most beautiful palace in Spain, and
right, they said that Moorish palace is
very, very nice atmosphere and lights and everything in Granada. So Serenada, it's supposed to be some night music.
Little night music.
right?
From Granada.
From Granada, and it's a slow music, and so
it's a beautiful piece.
Like guitar playing, and
in our arrangement, it features the cellist a lot. Yeah. And the cello section really has a chance to sing in that piece.
Right.
It's such a beautiful arrangement. It's
right.
fantastic. And it's like serenading, really. It's like singing in the night in Granada, in this Moorish capital, basically, of the past. The next piece will be Sevilla.
Sevilla, yes. Sevilla is subtitled Sevillanas. Sevillanas is the most important or most famous dance in Spain.
So when you
and
say
in Andalusia, of course.
Excuse me, but when you say subtitles, you mean that there's a smaller title to the piece that the actual
Yes.
composer wrote?
Yes, it's called Sevilla, and then in parentheses, between parentheses, Sevillanas.
Ah, so like these
And
little
it's
program
related
notes.
to be the musical form or dance in this case. Because Sevillanas is a very
Well, Sevillana is very popular dance.
popular
yeah,
dance
yeah.
around the world. you
Right,
know.
absolutely.
And so for this, he used this triple meter, and very specifically for the instrumentation, they used to have these castañetas.
Castanets, of course.
Usually in the dances, so the Sevillana, so they're going to be there.
Definitely,
of course,
they definitely will be. The percussion
It's the
section
most
will.
identificative instrument in Spain.
Yes, absolutely.
Right, with a guitar and so on.
So Sevilla and Granada, you would say that are geographically accurate in terms of capturing those particular areas in Spain.
Yes, right.
Let's talk a little bit about you. Tell us a little bit about your development in music and your beginnings.
I was beginning at 5 years old, very small boy, hearing my father playing guitar.
Oh, so your
He
father
was playing guitar, but just as popular music and this little bit flamenco and so on. So he was amateur player, but I was hearing all those meetings at home. My mother singing also, and my father playing guitar.
So
And
music was in the air.
Music was in the air, and he was also playing flute, some small flute, and I was very interested to go to the flute as I was 4 or 5.
So you're principally a flute player.
Yeah. I began with flute, and then after a while, at 9, I went to the conservatory and studying flute, traverse flute, of course. And then after flute, after my studies, I finished at 19. I was interested in other areas like piano, composition, or conducting. So I studied 2, 3, 4 years of this, and at 21, more or less, I decided to go to Vienna because
Vienna. So you studied.
I wanted to study conducting, and I had very good reports from Vienna Conservatory, and
that's amazing.
I could enter there because it's not easy.
Oh no, the Vienna Conservatory is definitely a very difficult place to get into, and I'm quite jealous that you attended there.
Okay, I was very lucky.
It's really that's really an honor. you're used to working with young musicians with this Camarada Antonio Soler, that's which is a very enthusiastic group. So it's going to be easy for you to transition to conduct now the Miami-Dade College Film Scoring Orchestra.
Yes,
we're happy to have you here. And really, what I think the audience would like to know is there are a lot of students that are a little indecisive there or a little nervous because they're entering now a career in music. Being somebody that's had so much success like you, what would be your advice to students just beginning to pursue a career in music?
Yes, be patient, first of all, and work. Yes, but okay, not only in technical things, on technical things in your instrument, but also in different areas, like analyze music or even composing music, because it helps you to understand better the music.
Right.
Just some courses or some months studying composition, harmony, of course, and many areas.
So there's
instrumentation, history, backgrounds of the composers of the music, and it helps.
So basically just
really
engulf yourself.
Yes, and
But
study.
I love what you said in the beginning, because this is what I tell my students every semester. And it's I tell my students that if there's one lesson that they learn from me is that they must work hard.
Yeah.
And that means not just to follow through with your technical studies, but also figure out the context. And really, music is not about playing notes. It's about finding out what's behind those notes.
Yeah, thank you very much for this magnificent opportunity, this privilege to conduct here and to come here.
It's a pleasure having you. We're going to be back now with Marcos Quesada, guest trumpet player, who will be playing a solo that is well known, La Virgen De La Macarena.
film scores, the music of the movies. Music so captivating and moving, it has the ability of transporting you right back to the most memorable moments in film. Hi, I'm Alberto Valle. I'm the conductor for the Miami-Dade College Film Scoring Orchestra. Well, I'd like to share with you a little bit about this ensemble and tell you about the new and exciting performance opportunities our students are enjoying. A film scoring orchestra must be versatile in all styles of music, from classical to jazz and even popular music. In this ensemble, we strive to do just that by performing film scores as well as classical performances, and even jazz, alongside some of the leading artists in South Florida today. To find out more about the Miami-Dade College Film Scoring Orchestra, contact the music departments at the Kendall campus or North Campus and inquire more information regarding this ensemble and its performances.
The Robotic Club meet twice in every week. Wednesday, beginning at 12, not 10 hours, and Fridays, beginning at 1.
Well, the Rubik's Cube uses an algorithm to solve the Rubik's Cube. It reads each color and saves it into the memory and adjusts it with series of flips and turns, and that's how it solves it.
Well, you know, the robots, we are working with robots for already around 5 years. We began not with this robot, we began with Bex Robotics company.
I mean, it's the in thing now, it's what fascinates, every person, every individual, every young person, it's the thing that it's coming more realistic, than back in the years when it was futuristic, so everything is happening.
In the MDC campus, we would like to hopefully build a robot that goes around the campus and helps students find their classes and interact with people, kind of to get the robotics club out there and help out a little bit.
A convergence of different disciplines, very interesting, right? Math, physics, electronics.
A world of education and opportunity within reach. You're watching MDC-TV.
Hello, welcome back. This is Professor Albert Bade, conductor of the Miami-Dade College Film Scoring Orchestra. We have a very special guest here today who will be our guest trumpet soloist for a very famous piece, La Virgen De La Macarena. We have Mr. Marcos Quesada, bienvenidos.
Muchas gracias.
Welcome to Miami-Dade College. It's a pleasure having you here. First question is, tell us about, you're a trumpet player and that's your principal instrument. Tell us a little bit about your background and how you started in music. ¿Cómo tú empezaste en la música?
Pues empecé a los 9 años, en mi pueblo hay una banda de música. Mi padre ya tocaba la guitarra como aficionado, mi hermano empezó con el clarinete, mis tíos son músicos, algunos profesionales, otros amateurs y pues como la mayoría de los músicos de España de viento se empiezan las bandas de música. Ahí luego pasé al conservatorio profesional, en el que estuve 10 años y finalmente acabé la carrera en el Real Conservatorio Superior de Madrid, los últimos 4 años de superior con Enrique Rioja.
Tell us, as a manager, it's quite different than being a soloist or just a performer. You really have to cater to a particular audience. So you must know your audience and you must understand your community. So tell us how you cater to the particular community of El Escorial, in your case, of San Lorenzo del Escorial. How do you serve the public and presenting them the programs that you want?
Primero buscamos un poco, al principio buscábamos un poco el que fuera un programa atractivo y que fuera a llenar, pero a poco nos dimos cuenta que no siempre hay que dar las cosas más atractivas para ese público, sí que no. Mezclarlos un poco con cosas nuevas, ¿sabes? Y es una forma también de que conozcan nuevos compositores, nueva música, en pequeñas dosis, sin que lleguen a ser, ¿sabes? Ir metiéndolo poco a poco, es una forma de hacer cultura.
Let's talk about this piece. You're going to be playing the trumpet solo for La Virgen de la Macarena. La Virgen de la Macarena was made popular by Rafael Méndez. great trumpet player, but it was not written by Rafael Méndez. Who was it written by? ¿Quién compuso?
Realmente el compositor se llama Bernardo Bautista y no es muy conocido, pero realmente hizo una pieza que, como en España sucede, estas piezas más de pueblo, más menos intelectuales quizá, ¿no? Porque es música de banda, música más de bailar, de la calle, porque las bandas de música realmente donde funcionan más que en las salas de concierto, que también, ahora funciona mucho más, pero en los principios funcionan en la calle mucho, pasodobles, pasacalles, es donde más funciona, y esa música tiene una fuerza y tiene un color que enseguida la entiendes, no hace falta entenderla, la sientes.
See, something is stirred up in many Hispanics when we hear some of these pieces, and it's just the Spanish spirit that this piece really captures. So let's talk about the solo itself. It's quite a difficult solo. Es un solo bien difícil. Tell us a little bit about your approach in preparing.
Pues primeramente analizar un poco lo que hace todo el mundo, o sea, no solo ver la parte de trompeta, sino qué hace la banda, o qué hace en este caso el arreglo de orquesta de Rafael Méndez, cómo funciona la armonía, cómo se puede trabajar, y luego técnicamente, por supuesto, es muy exigente. Entonces hay que trabajar los pasajes lo más limpios posible, empezando con el metrónomo muy bajo de velocidad, que todo quede muy claro en la cabeza, en los dedos, el aire, las frases, porque es un poquito... Además de pasodoble, comentaba con Gustavo antes, que a mí también me parece un poco como una marcha de procesión. En las procesiones allí es cuando sacan a la Virgen en Semana Santa, se visten con los capuchones. Tiene un poco ese toque, esa solemnidad y un poco ese cante hondo, ¿sabes? Muy arraigado al pueblo. Yo creo que de las piezas del concierto, yo creo que es la más de la calle, la más pachanguera, ¿no?
Sí, sí, es música del pueblo, ¿eh?
Sí,
música del pueblo. That's definitely a song that is of the people of Spain, and it's just it's an anthem, really. We think of bullfighting when we hear that, at least in the States. I mean, it's a very common song whenever we see it in films. Whenever it's used in films, it's used for bullfights and so on. But it is a great piece made popular by Rafael Méndez, but quite a challenging piece. Una pieza muy difícil. Y te recomendamos tu excelencia en la pieza. In Miami, we have many young students that are entering college, and they are going to be pursuing music as a career. It's quite a nervous time for them. What advice, being somebody that's had so much success in music, what advice would you have to these young people?
En la música nada es rápido. Deben ser pacientes, deben ser observadores de lo que hacen, sobre todo también amar lo que hacen. Es una carrera que o amas lo que haces o sientes lo que haces, que no sea ese espíritu de ¡buah, tengo que ir a estudiar! No, voy a estudiar, voy a mejorar, y que sea poco a poco, día a día, que tengan tesón, que tengan empuje y que tengan fuerza para el día a día. Yo siempre comparo, le digo a mis alumnos, digo, esto es como un deportista de élite. Los deportistas de élite todos los días salen a correr, todos los días hacen gimnasio, todos los días estiran. En la música igual, todos los días hay que dar su dosis de flexibilidad, de técnica, de picado, de emisiones, todo ese tipo de cosas debe ser diaria.
The good thing about these difficult tasks that one needs as a musician is that if you have enough experience, where you just have these great experiences like the ones we're having this week, it just makes it all worth it. When you think back of those moments on stage, playing La Virgen de la Macarena or playing Sevilla or Asturias, those experiences are what at least help me when I wake up in the morning and I need to practice and keep preparing myself. Those experiences make it all worthwhile.
Sí, es lo que buscamos todos, ¿no? Ese momento, pero claro, hay que llegar a ese momento súper preparado para poder afrontarlo. Es lo que a todo el músico le gusta, el sentir el aplauso del público y el sentirse grande encima de un escenario.
Yeah, absolutely. So it is a pleasure having you. It's great to have you playing this wonderful, wonderful piece that is just a pivotal piece in the history of Spanish music. Thank you very much, Marcos Quesada. Pleasure having you. Looking forward to this fantastic, fantastic concert. Thank you.
Thank